so much for coming back to your mat to work out with me at Peachy Pilates. I'm really looking forward to this one. It's our slow sculpt. So we're going to be a little bit more gentle on our bodies, moves with a little bit more control, focusing on flexibility, and of course, always firing up our core. All we'll need is a mat for this one. We're actually going to start sitting how I am just now. If cross-leg is something that works for you, you can sit however it feels comfortably for you. Maybe you boost yourself up on a little pillow or a towel, or you can always send your legs just straight out in front of you. We'll start sitting as tall as we can. And I'm going to have you go ahead and bring your hands around your rib cage here. So you want your thumbs in the back and your fingers in the top to really help you feel that engagement of your three-dimensional breath. So as you breathe in through your nose, can you feel your hands expand from side to side? As you breathe out through your mouth, can those front hands knit back together? So creating this expansion and this contraction with every single breath, really feeling it with your hands, creating that tactile feedback so that we can start to breathe deeper, breathe better, more efficiently, and of course, work those abdominals deep inside with every single breath. We'll do 3 more like this. Just feel that release in the shoulders, tension in the hips, letting go. And then rest your hands right down on either knee. Send your shoulders down your back. We're just going to add some flexion and extension of our spine to those breaths. As you breathe out, can you pull your belly button back so far that your arms go long, that you're looking down at the ground in front of you? Feel that contraction. And then as you breathe in, I'm going to bend my elbows, send my heart forward, look up towards the sky. Little extension, little expansion. Think of it like your swan, sending your heart nice and high, and then going right back into that contraction as we exhale. So starting to warm up the muscles that support our spine, starting to gain some space between our vertebrae so that we don't compress in our low back, but we can feel tall and elongated with every single move that we're going to do here today. And also just throughout the rest of your day, as you're standing, sitting at your desk, working, driving, whatever it may be. 1 more of these. And then just stack all the way back to that nice neutral. I'm going to have you drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Feel a little stretch in the left side of your neck. And then you'll just head up and over, left ear to the left shoulder, and alternating sides from here. Go nice and slow on these. Feel as much expansion as you can. Let the gravity take you. So try not to grip on, try not to really resist, but feel free in every single movement. 1 more on each side like this. Then we're going to take our whole body with us. Your arms will open to a nice big T. Instead of just dropping right ear to right shoulder, you're going to drop your whole right side of your body down towards the mat. Reaching your left hand up overhead, big stretch. And then same thing, alternating like we did with those neck reaches side to side. Feel nice and tall. It's very easy. Just start to lean back as you take your side bend. But you really want to feel your rib cage moving up over that stable low back. So you're still pulling your belly button in towards your spine, focusing on your core. Let's talk about our breath. Breathe in as you reach up and over, space for that side lung to fully expand. Breathe out to lift, feel even taller every single time. This is similar to your mermaid. It's just a little bit more gentle. Let's do 1 more of these on each side. And then we can rest our hands right back down on our knees. We're going to drop our chin to our chest here. We're going to roll the head. So right ear comes towards the right shoulder, a little roll. Chin nods right back towards your chest, left ear to left shoulder. So it's just a front half of that neck circle. Finding that nice movement across the upper traps. trying to expand, letting go of as much tension as you can. But you're also stretching the skin in your upper back every time your chin drops down. Just like we did with the mermaid, we're going to take this into our whole body from here. So look back up when you're ready. Arms are going to come back to that letter T. You're going to twist your body over to the right, dropping both arms wherever they want to land. Try to look over your shoulders. See if you can twist a little bit further. And then think like a big helicopter propeller. Can you come all the way back to center and then twist over to the left? Hands land where they land. Maybe one's on your knee. Little twist, gentle feedback. And then we'll go one more time to each side. Twist, look over that shoulder. Can you get your heart even taller? Think like that little extension we did earlier. And then one last time here. Lift, lift, lift of the heart. Come right back to center. And if you're not already, I'm just going to have you turn onto that long side of the mat. So there's lots of mat, lots of space back behind you. And instead of sitting cross-legged or with your legs out straight, we're going to have our knees bent with our feet grounded right in front of us. Don't feel like you have to be crunched in this tiny little ball here. You can just gently have those feet out in front of you, about a fist distance apart. It's just fine. We're going to reach both arms straight out in front of us. Engage our center, engage our core. Again, grow tall, decompress the vertebra. Pull your belly button towards your spine. You're going to start to roll back one bone at a time, nice and controlled. Can you get your hips closer to your ribs? Pull, pull, pull your belly button back. Every single bone of your spine lands on its own time. And then I reach my hands all the way back behind me as my shoulders, neck, and head drop down. We're going to roll all the way up where you just came from. Nod your chin towards your chest. Exhale, roll, reach past those knees. Sit all the way up nice and tall on those sits bones. And then come right back down with control. So rolling up and down your spine as slow or as fast as your body needs to. You want to feel controlled here in this movement. Shoulders down your back, rolling through that round spine, lengthening at the top. And then rolling through that round spine and the lengthening back at the bottom. Use that exhale every time you move and then inhale to feel tall, either at the top or the bottom of the move. Next time you're rolled all the way back, lying down, can you just hang out there for me? We're going to take what's called port de bras. Your arms are alongside your ears right now. You're going to open them up like a nice big T. They're going to circle all the way so that they're reaching towards your heels. As you nod your chin towards your chest, sit all the way up. Reach those hands past those knees just like you did a second ago. So same move, just adding some big arm circles here. You'll roll all the way back. Breathe in, reach back behind you. Circle those arms nice and wide. And then exhale, sit all the way back up. Starting to get the movement happening in those rotator cuffs. One shoulder might feel different than the other one, so listen to your body. Take your time. Feel that rotation as you reach past your legs. And let's do one more just like that. Rolling all the way back, reaching all the way back, circling wide, and then sitting up nice and tall at the top. Relax those arms down to your shins. We're just going to shake our head like we're saying no. Take out any tension that might have developed up across our neck. And then from here, I'm going to grab for the backs of my thighs, just above my knee on either side. I'm going to roll halfway back until my arms go long. And then I'm using my arms here to help me pick up one leg at a time into tabletop. Elbows will bend once again. Press your legs into your arms. Press your hands into your legs. So there's that oppositional pull here, that activation to help you turn on the muscles in your center. Now from here, can we hold this position but let go of our legs, reaching towards your heels? Can we keep our legs nice and high as we roll all the way back like we just did a second ago? One bone at a time. Reach the hands back behind you. Big inhale. Circle the arms wide. Exhale, reach for those heels as you sit up. If you need to grab the backs of the legs to sit up taller, do so. We're doing 3 more of those. Rolling back, engage your center. reaching back, drawing a nice big circle with those arms, and then use that exhale, squeeze the inner thighs together, lift, lift, lift your heart up nice and high, pulling your belly button towards your spine, reaching back behind you, one bone at a time lands, big circle with those shoulders, turn on our back to sit up nice and tall. Rolling back one more time, feel the length between every single vertebra, the strength in your core, try to relax your neck, I know it's tough. And then next time you're all the way up in that balance, slowly drop one foot at a time, rest those hands down by your sides, and we're just gonna windshield wiper our knees over to the right, and then up and over to the left. What this is gonna do is free up any tension in our hips, just like you freed up that tension in your neck a second ago. One more to each side of these. And then once you're even, grab behind the backs of those thighs once again. You're gonna roll all the way to lie down, and then just rest your arms down by your sides when you get there. Try to open up your collarbone, feel expanded in the front body. We're gonna get those hamstrings talking, rolling up into 2 bridges from here. Pull your belly button down when you're ready. Squeeze those glutes like you're trying to send your sits bones closer together. Firm foundation in those feet and the backs of the arms as we peel our seat, our spine away from the mat. Ooh, my hamstrings are sore from my workout yesterday. Really feeling this one. Can you think like your heels are getting closer to your seat? Can you think like your hips are reaching out over your knees? Make sure your neck is relaxed so you're gazing just slightly out in front of you. Can we lift 1 inch higher and then slowly keep your glutes on as your heart drops, as your tailbone tucks up through the thighs, and then set 1 bone at a time back down, releasing all the way to your neutral at the bottom. 1 more, just like that, nothing crazy. Pulling your belly button down, engaging your center, turning on the inner thighs, backs of the thighs, and your seat as you peel away from the mat. Try to keep your neck long, keep your neck relaxed. It's easier to do so on the way up than the way down. Big length in here in the front body, feeling that circulation, that blood flow heading to the upper body. And then slowly drop your heart, drop your ribs, engage your center, pull your belly button down as you unravel the spine and release back to that neutral at the bottom. Beautiful work. I'm going to have you turn your palms to face up towards the sky from here. You want your arms floating about 2 inches up away from the mat for this next one. This helps us keep our heart open, our lats on. Curl into a tiny little abdominal curl. Just take a peek between those knees or at your pelvis. Can you keep your pelvis nice and still, nice and level, as my right set of fingers reaches for the outside of my right foot, and then my left set of fingers reaches for the outside of my left foot, just taking a little tip from side to side. We sometimes call this a penguin reach. So think if you were kneeling and you were doing this movement, you'd look like a penguin there, waddling side to side as you take a little stroll. Your goal is to look at the hips and make sure that your hips aren't moving so that the obliques are purely doing the work on this exercise. Can you turn on your inner thighs for more stability? Can your tailbone get heavier for more of a neutral? Lift 1 inch higher as we take these crunches for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Carefully roll all the way down. Set those arms back down by your sides. Take a big inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. From here, we're going to go into a single leg bridge. Can you kick your right leg straight up towards the sky? Feel as if someone's got your right toes, pulling them straight up so that toe is super pointed. You're going to pull your belly button down if it hasn't naturally gone there. Turn on the inner thighs, backs of the thighs, and the seat, and peel your spine up and away into that nice high bridge. Single leg might not be as high as when we lifted with both legs. Nothing wrong with that. Can we keep the hips nice and steady like I just talked about in that previous exercise, those penguins? Ooh, feel that shaking sensation in your supporting side, and then slowly roll down 1 bone at a time, releasing back to that neutral. And we're going to go 1 more time on this side. Belly button pulls down, glutes turn on, reach, reach, reach for the sky with with that set of toes. This time at the top, can you start to lower that straight leg down and lift that straight leg up? Lower that straight leg down and lift that straight leg up. So taking these kicks with your nice long right leg, can your left inner thigh hug your midline as you do so? Feel how that supports your core even more. We've just got 3, 2, last one. Hold that leg nice and high. Roll all the way down, down, down. And then set that right foot down. Take a breath. Glutes recover quickly. We'll do those same 2 bridges on the second side. So left leg kicking straight up. Right leg might be your better leg to support you. So just to know that you might feel that you can lift higher on this side. Squeeze those glutes, engage. Lift nice and high. Keep your neck long, relaxed. You're looking up at that nice high pointed toe. Find your form here first. Grounding through all 4 corners of that right foot. Roll all the way down your spine. Try to keep that left leg nice and high. And then we're going up one more time. Pull the belly button in. Roll, roll, roll. Squeeze that inner thigh to your midline. Start to lower and lift your left leg. Breathing in as you lower, out as you lift. Can you keep that left hip just as high as the right? I know it's challenging. Feel yourself maybe start to sway from one side to the other. Use that power in your exhale to kick nice and high for 3. Kick nice and high for 2. Hold it nice and high on 1, and then roll all the way down your spine. Release that left foot to the ground. Take a nice big breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Doing so good here today. Awesome, awesome job. What I'm going to have you do is cross your right ankle over your left knee. Think like a figure 4 stretch here, but we're just gonna pause in this position. So right ankle over my left knee, your right foot, you wanna flex your foot here. Gotta protect that right knee. I'm gonna open my arms out like a nice big T, and I'm just gonna start to twist over to the left until my right foot lands on the ground by my left side here. So we're doing what's called a figure 4 twist. You want to twist so that ankle that's crossed over your knee lands all the way down on the floor. From here, maybe you look towards your right hand, sending your head over to the right, creating that opposition, that stretch across your torso. Should be able to feel this nice deep opening from that left hip to that right rib, expansion in that right glute. We'll take one more breath here. And then navel to spine, come all the way up. And then we'll switch legs. Right foot drops down, left ankle over left knee, flex that foot, protect your left knee, and then send your lower body over to the right side. Opening up your hip as much as possible. It might feel different on one side than the other. Really try to get your foot down, and then look the opposite way with your head to keep your shoulders down. And feel the twist coming even more from your center. So it's like you're trying to flatten out your rib cage even though your hips are twisted. Take a few breaths here. Try to release any tension that might be building up alongside your hips or alongside your shoulders. And then once you're done with that next breath, we'll pull our navel towards our spine, come all the way up, uncross those legs, and then hug both knees in towards your chest from here. As I hug my knees in, see how I'm bending my elbows out wide? This is just going to help you keep your shoulders down your back here. We're going to use this position to come into an abdominal curl. Press down with your hands. Try to lift your forehead all the way up to meet your knees. So once you're in this little ball shape, you want to pull your belly button down, glue your spine to the mat as hard as you can and imprint. Both my hands are going to make my way over to their right knee, and then I'm going to send my left leg nice and long, coming into this little 45-degree angle bow and arrow shape. My forehead still as close as it can be towards my knee. I'm going to go ahead and exhale to switch sides. Pull the left knee in as the right leg goes long, and then exhale to switch sides. Can you keep every single part of your body still except that leg that's switching, one towards your chest and one towards the opposite side of the room? So my hips stay still, my core stays engaged, my shoulders stay down my back, and my head stays lifted high. Just do one more set here, right and left. Pull the right knee back in, pause. So you did one extra one, 1.5 sets. Once you're here, you're gonna leave your left leg where it is. I'm gonna unfold my right leg straight up towards the sky. Grab behind it somewhere, either your calf or down on your thigh. Can you still keep your head nice and high? Same thing, leg switch sides, everything else stays still. Leg switch as we breathe out. Leg switch as we breathe out. So keep that exhale going. Ribs and hips, they're glued together. Feel this nice big stretch in the back of your thigh every time you pull that leg towards you. You want to focus just as much on the leg that's moving away from you as the one that's moving towards you. Taking a break here next. We're doing 2 more sets. Knees to chest, lower shoulders, neck, and head down with control. Little rock from right to left. Release any tension. No need to focus on those nice wide elbows. 3 big breaths here. Release the fronts and backs of those hips. And from here, we're gonna go right into a version of our rollover. Can you bring both arms just down by your sides? You're gonna need to press them down nice and hard into your mat. Engage your core, keep those knees bent. You're gonna try to use your palms to lift your tailbone, your low back up away from the mat. You're trying to get your knees all the way up and over to meet your forehead. Can you pull your core in as much as possible and then just stay in this little ball shape as your spine unravels, starting with the heart, lowering down with the ribs, gluing the low back to the mat, and then setting your tailbone down with control. So kind of like that bridge, but taking your feet with you this time. Big exhale as you lift your seat. Try to get those knees all the way to your forehead. And then can you keep your core so engaged that your neck stays relaxed all the way down, down, down with control. One more like that. Pulling the abdominals in, sending those knees to your forehead, maybe even past your forehead, and then carefully unraveling the spine. 1 bone at a time lowers. And then once your tailbone hits, we're going to unfold 2 straight legs towards the sky. Taking it into your control balance, your move of the mat, engage your center. Same thing, press into the palms. This time, you're getting 2 straight legs up overhead so far that we can flex our feet and connect our toes to the ground back behind us. This is really stretching out the muscles in your back and forcing the core to activate. From here, no longer going to have the arms for balance. They're going to go all the way back behind you towards your ears. From here, can you open up your collarbone as much as possible? Think like scissors. Point your right toe. You're going to kick it all the way straight up towards the sky. Hold on to your balance, 2 level hips. And then bring that right set of toes all the way down, flexing your foot and switching sides. Point those left toes, kick towards the sky, unfold with control, and then lower right back down, flexing your foot as you get there. Feel how this is shaking you all over the place, super, super wobbly. If you feel too wobbly, where you can't keep the neck relaxed and the abs on, you just want to bring your arms right back down by your sides where they started, and then continue with those single leg lifts. You'll notice how you feel a lot more secure with the arms down instead of with the arms up. So up to you. We're going to do 2 more sets of this. Try to exhale on the way up, inhale on the way down. 1 last set with control. Now listen carefully. After this last set, bring both hands back down by your sides. Can you engage so much that both legs can lift straight up towards the sky, nice tall candlestick? And then can you engage your core, roll all the way down, down, down your spine, and hug both knees in towards your chest when you get there. Shake out the head like you're saying no. Relieve tension. Probably the most difficult thing we're going to do all day. Then I'm just going to have you slowly roll all the way over onto one side, and then we're going to make our way to a prone position. So down lying on your belly from here. Big full body stretch when you get there. Arms one direction, legs the other. Reach, reach, reach. So yeah, you can decompress your spine and then pull your belly button up and in into that space that you've created. We're going to take a little Superman here. Nothing crazy. Just hover the arms and the legs 2 inches up and away from the mat. Try to hold that position. Reach your fingertips and your toes even further away from one another. And then slowly let that go. Little release. 2 more just like that. We'll add on the second one. Lowering with control. And then on this one, hold yourself nice and high, going for a little swim. Legs and arms both kick. Opposite leg, opposite arm. Swimming, swimming, swimming deep in that ocean. Pull your belly button towards your spine. Can you keep your ribs and your hips totally still? We're here for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and for 1. Release it down. Take a breath. Elbows bend, hands move under my shoulders. I'm going to press myself up to all 4s so that I can open my knees out wide, toes kiss in together, and I set my hips all the way back for a nice long extended child's pose. Opening up your inner thighs. Try to drop your heart as close to the ground as possible. We're going to reach from side to side here, walking both hands over to the left. Can you press into your palms so much so that that right hip gets heavier? So kind of like that side bend we did sitting at the start of class, you feel the expansion in the rib cage on that opposite side. 2 big breaths. Go ahead and walk those hands through center, all the way over towards the right side of your mat. Use that feedback to keep your left hip down, expanding even more in the left side of your torso. It's about spinal flexibility. Release any tension. And then walk those hands right back to center. And from here, you're going to prop yourself right back up to all 4s, hands and knees. Knees are going to walk underneath your hips. And then those hands, you want to be right about underneath the shoulders, pulling your shoulders down away from your ears and creating that nice strong foundation like 2 pillars. And then go ahead and just tuck both sets of toes under so that you can feel a nice big stretch down the bottoms of your feet and also in your Achilles. We're going to go into a little plank prep from here. All that means, engage those shoulders, pull your navel towards your spine, and hover those knees 1 inch up away from the mat. Testing the waters here. Can you keep that corset or that cummerbund on? Can you keep those knees floating? And can you imagine you're balancing a teacup up on your tailbone? We're just holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set those knees down. Take a breath. Maybe shift the weight back a little bit to get the weight off those wrists. If the weight ever bugs you too much on your wrist, you can always make a fist here, pressing down into the ground. Always a good option. We're going to go into that same plank prop, just build on it this next time. When you're ready, hover those knees up. From here, I want you to open your knees to the right and the left until your heels touch, so a little diamond, and then bring those knees right back under the hips. Keep them hovering. We're doing 10. Feel that work in the outer part of your hips. Beautiful. Balancing that teacup on your tailbone. Really feeling the work in your seat, in your peach. Engaging your center as much as you possibly can. We've got 4, slow with control. 2 arms like pillars, nice and relaxed in the neck. Last 2. Hold those knees wide on the last 1. Set them down with control. Untuck those toes. Sit back towards your heels. 1 more time, extended child's pose, just to the center this time. See if you can get your heart a little bit deeper, your rib cage a little bit more released than you did on that first one. So nice, guys. Heading into 1 more of those plank preps. When you're ready, you're just going to bring your weight right back up, shoulders over the hands, knees walk back underneath your hips. And then from here, tuck those toes, feel the stretch in the backs of your feet. Hover those knees, pause for me when you get there. I'm going to start to straighten my legs, sending my hips up and back. Think like a downward facing dog. Try to get your heels as close to the ground as you can, but I also want you to have a little bend in your knees here. So really think long tailbone towards the sky as you stretch your chest through those shoulders. From here, can you slowly shift all your weight onto your left foot? We're going to kick our right leg straight up towards the sky, kind of like the opposite of that control balance. Pointing your right set of toes, square off those hips. I'm going to lift my right leg and inch up and inch down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, listen carefully, bend that right knee, bring it all the way forward. Right knee goes to right elbow. Right ankle goes to left wrist. We're going to walk that left straight leg back into a pigeon stretch. Listen to your hips. Only walk back as far as feels okay for you. Option, pause in this position, try to square off those hips, or make your way down to your forearms. Finding that nice big stretch, think forehead all the way towards your mat. Big old release in that right glute, that right piriformis, even more than you would find if you were in your figure 4 stretch. Using the weight of gravity to get you here. If this stretch feels super, super uncomfortable, your figure 4 is always your modification. Try to release any tension that might be building up in your back, in your neck, in your arms, and then take one more big breath here, in through the nose, out through the mouth. If you're not on your palms, walk yourself back to your palms. We're going to make our way right back into that down dog position. Left toes ground, right knee starts to lift, foot steps back, and we've made it right back into that pike position. We're going to do the exact same thing on the second side. So first, bring all your weight into that right foot. Start to hover your left leg, point those toes, square off your hips. We're lifting our left leg an inch up and inch down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend that knee, knee to left wrist, ankle to right wrist. Walk yourself back into that pigeon stretch, and then lower your chest as far as feels okay for you. Trying to get those hips as heavy as possible. Trying to relax the upper body, relax that piriformis, that glute, and send your breath directly into your hip, letting go of any tension surrounding that right knee. Nice big deep breaths here. You're picking what feels right for your body. You're not just trying to match me or match whoever you're doing this workout with at home. Feel as strong as you possibly can for one more big breath. So amazing. Walk those hands right back underneath your shoulders. Untuck that right set of toes. We're going to go all the way back into that down dog, big stretch. And then pedal out those legs, bending one knee at a time, feeling that length back in your Achilles. You should have more length than you started with. We're here for 3, for 2. And then after this last one, just gently start to bend both knees, bring them down to the mat. And then we're going to curl those hips over so that you can swing your knees out in front of you. They're staying bent, stacked on top of one another. And then we're going to come all the way down to a side lying position from here. Lying all the way down on my bottom arm, we're going to start with a knee-to-knee, toe-to-toe. Similar to that sensation when you open and close your knees in that plank prep. I'm going to have you open your knees here, so top knee goes towards the sky, toes are kissing, there's toe-to-toe. Now as your knees kiss together, can you open up that top leg? Here's knee to knee. So we're going from toe to toe to knee to knee. From toe to toe to knee to knee. You're feeling internal and external rotation in that top hip joint.
Internal rotation, super, super important because you don't get that very often in your everyday life. And we want the strength surrounding your entire hip instead of just an up front or back side. Continuing to breathe. Last set of work is just this side lying series on both sides, and then we'll take a little stretch and be done for the day. You've just got 4 of these. 3. Last 2. Last 1. Beautiful. Close those knees. Give that top glute a little tap, a chance to recover. And then from here, that top hand's going to go right back in front of you where it just was. Now, instead of lying down on my bottom arm, I'm going to wrap my bottom arm around my torso, like I'm giving myself a hug. This bottom arm is going to go with you as you use just your top hand, your top palm, to prop yourself up, turning on your tricep, and then bending that elbow to lower yourself right back down. Lots of work in that top arm. Body weight here, prop up, and then lower right back down with control. Try to make this happen with as much control as possible. Unfolding and refolding with resistance. We're just going to do 3 more of these. These are super tough for your lat. Beautiful. 2 more. So gorgeous. Last one here, prop yourself up. Unhug yourself and set that forearm down beside you. Take a breath. Gonna reach your top arm alongside your ear here, all the way up towards the sky. Gonna reach my top leg straight out, all the way towards the opposite side of the room. Big stretch, toe, hand, 2 opposite directions. I'm gonna bend my elbow, bend my knee so that they kiss in the middle. And then I'm gonna reach both out long. So side body crunch, exhale crunch, inhale stretch. Exhale crunch, inhale stretch. Can you keep your bottom shoulder away from your ear? Engage in that underneath side of your torso, oblique turning on there. We've got 5. We've got 4. Last 3. We're going to the other side after this. And then after this last one, set that knee down, set that arm down, take a breath. And then you'll swing those legs all the way up and over so that we can do those same set of exercises with our other leg on top. We're starting lying all the way down. It's knee to knee, it's toe to toe. Knee to knee, toe to toe. Knee to knee, toe to toe. Feel that movement in your hip joint as much as possible. Think of it almost like a figure 8. So instead of just going from one position to the other, can you swirl through one position to the other? Find that curvature alongside your ball and socket joint. Because it's a ball and socket joint, it can move in every single direction you tell it to. We just need to have the strength there to support that. Think about your thigh bone getting even heavier in your hip joint as you move, so it's creating that massaging sensation. This leg already had to work to support you on the first side, so it's going to get tired quicker. We're just doing 2 more sets. And then after your last set, drop that knee, tap that glute, little recovery action. Top hand comes back down, bottom arm gives ourselves that big hug. Don't have very many of these arm presses. Do the best you can. Exhale, press to a straight top arm. Inhale, lower yourself down with control. Exhale, press it on and up. Feel that back of your arm doing the work. On the way up, feel your chest doing the work on the way down. Let's do 4. Beautiful. 3. Try to keep your shoulder away from your ear for 2. And then on this last one, we drop our bottom forearm, reach our top arm, top leg long in 2 opposite directions, and we're going for that side body crunch. Elbow to knee, exhale. Inhale, reach as long, as tall as you can. Elbow to knee, exhale. Inhale, reach nice and long. Bottom shoulder down away from your ear. Last working exercise before we take a little stretch. You've got this. Such amazing work today. Doesn't it feel great to move slow with control? Know what's happening to your body. For 3. Beautiful. For 2. Gentle movements, hey, they can be just as tough as those harder, faster paced movements. Go ahead and relax. We're gonna make our way to sit up just how we started class. So either 2 crossed legs, 2 straight legs, you can boost yourself up on that pillow, whatever works. We're rolling those shoulders up to our ears and back behind us. Up to our ears and back behind us. Opening up your heart, opening up your collarbone. We've got 3 like this, 2 like this, and then after this last one, you're gonna bend your elbows so that you're holding onto your shoulders. We're gonna take those exact same circles, up with the elbows, back behind us and down. Same circles you just did with the hands on the knees. We're here for 3, for 2, and then you may have guessed it, we're gonna straighten our arms and take those same circles up and back, opening up your chest, waking up that rotator cuff once again that did work at the start of class with those port de bras. Feeling so much stronger, deeper strength, more flexible than when we started, maybe a tad bit more exhausted as well. Let's just do 3. Let's just do 2. After this last one, take a big breath in, reach all the way high for the sky. Palms are gonna come together up at the top. Look up towards that rocket ship you've created with your arms. Feel your ribs move up away from your hips for another inhale. Exhale, we're bringing our hands to our heart, shoulders down our back, and giving ourselves a hand. Such amazing work today. I loved sharing this workout with you. I can't wait to see you next time on the mat.